it's front-wheel drive?
Can we put the top down too? All right. We spent 4 months trying to make better videos and posted nothing on YouTube in the meantime. And then we started actually paying attention to the analytics and what people were saying and realized that our best videos are actually our ugliest ones. And today, I'm gonna explain why. So, if you've never seen us in a video before, my name is Noah, founder and co-owner of Dragon Auto, and instead of doing a boring sit down and talk at a desk, we are going to do a drive and talk because the weather is very, very nice today. Sunset is coming up. We're gonna get some nice hill views, the nice green hills since it just rained recently. I'm here with our team member Sean, who has graciously volunteered driving his
Mitsubishi Eclipse Spider GST
with the convertible top. And other founder and co-owner Jen is in the back, just hanging out for the drive. We have a nice in-cabin shot here while I explain everything to you, and we got an Osmo 360 on the back so that way we can share the really nice scenery with you all. Hopefully you enjoy coming along for the ride, and I'll start explaining what kept us from posting for the last 4 months and why our ugly videos are our best performers. If you go to our channel right now, you might see that we have a few videos that have done pretty well. So we've got one Corvette video that did about 12,000 views, and that kind of convinced us that scripting and production quality was really, really important and really necessary because this is the first one that we've had that's hit numbers like that. But when we refer to things like views, they're vanity metrics. And I say vanity because these can be numbers that are really high that convince you that this was a successful post. But from talking to our clients in person, we found out that it is far from our most successful video. So if you've never dropped your car off with me for an appointment before, you would know that I'm here for almost 90+% of the drop-offs. I take in a lot of the cars when I have the time because I want to actually speak with the people who are coming in and supporting the business and booking their appointments. I ask them for feedback. How did you find out about us? What made you decide to come in? And overwhelmingly, 90% of people or more will easily say, oh, we watched your YouTube channel. Now, I dig a little bit deeper and I ask them, what on YouTube did you watch specifically? Or give me some things that you liked about the YouTube video so I know what to make more of in the future. And one of our top performers is the Who the Heck is Dragon Auto video that I did and I pinned it on our channel. And that one had basically almost no script. I just had a few bullet points that I was gonna hit, but I took basically my gimbal as a selfie stick, and I just walked around with my Osmo Pocket 3, recording myself, doing a tour of the shop, our backstory, and the rest of the team. And even though that has one of the lower view counts on our channel, the impact that it has on clients is extremely outsized compared to our higher view count videos. So I don't get people telling me, oh, that C8 Corvette video, that was the banger. That was the moment I knew I wanted to come in and get work done with you guys. The Who the Heck is Dragon Auto video gets mentioned more often than not. And it's not the video title itself, but they'll quote me on saying things that I said in that video. And that tells me like, wow, you actually watched the whole thing and paid attention to things if you're able to quote it. And it's a 30-minute one take, basically. But because it was genuine and because it's like allowing people to connect with me and the business and what we do and why we do it. For example, one of the things that gets brought up is how I talk about we've done $5,000 Honda Fits and we've done $200,000 Porsches. And it doesn't matter how much the vehicle costs, I will treat the vehicle with the same level of respect because you are paying us to do a good job. That's why you're paying us, right? So it'd be hella funny if that was Brian.
I know. I checked over it.
So that line about how we treat vehicles tells people about like where our head's at when they come in. We don't just say like, oh, like your Honda's too cheap for us now. We don't want to work on it anymore because you're broke or you're poor. We only want to work on high-end luxury vehicles. It shows people like regardless of what their vehicle costs, we still give it the same level of care and respect. Or the fact that I started the business off like literally solo in a garage has had a lot of people think like, wow, I want to support this guy. And I'll tell you, the craziest thing that blew my mind is we had a $300,000 Bentley Continental owner come in. And he told me, I watched all the hours of your content. I watched every single video. This guy works at Google on some really important projects. I know he's got better things to do. He's got a lot on his plate, I'm sure. A busy schedule. So it's not the same as like somebody who's got time to kill. And he still dedicated that amount of time into watching our content. And the main video that he cited the most was the Who the Heck is Dragon Auto video, because that told him, like, you know, for example, how old am I? And what he connected with partially was that he said like, yeah, my son's literally your age. And I'm sure that on some level he was like, wow, like this guy is basically the same age as my son. That's my kid, and he's out there trying to build this and do all of this. Like, I want to bring my vehicle in and get work done by you guys. And so if you actually look at the amount of revenue that video has generated relative to the higher view count C8 Corvette that had the crazy production value, the crazy editing, the special effects, the scripting, all the shots, the showroom glamour shots and everything, all of that adding complication to creating the project got trumped by me doing a selfie stick style one take. Because the messaging was better. The messaging was more important. We're gonna go ahead and pull over real quick and get the camera situated because I don't think that our current mounting setup is going to work extremely well for this. Well, because we're doing this on the fly, very candid style, because I finally got fed up of not posting content, we didn't have a suitable mount for this. So Sean has graciously volunteered to use his arm as our gimbal for the day.
I'm in here.
Professional tripod.
This, if you also haven't seen any of our content before, me and Sean grew up here in Milpitas. Jen wasn't cool enough to grow up in Milpitas, unfortunately. So this is Sierra Road, where you can get some amazing hillside views, and we're gonna go out for a nice chill drive. This is where I used to go to clear my head when I was in high school. I'm sure Sean has taken his car up here for some nice drives as well too. This is a little like sleeper spot.
Video of the Porsche Panamera.
And I go,
Yep. That was my lip.
yeah.
My mic fell out.
Sean, you're so fucking low.
I know, it's okay though.
I'm
Too.
surprised at your turbo lag, bro.
Oh, my turbo lags because it needs a tune.
Oh, it's not tuned?
No.
Oh, dude, I was expecting to get, oh!
No, I'm getting stock numbers right now.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
We'll just enjoy the ride then.
It's just full.
Dude, it's been ages since I've driven a manual car. As example number 2, we did a Porsche Panamera, and in that video, it's 40 minutes and it is educational. But we had a script, we followed the script, we increased the production quality, but there's a 5-minute section where I just did a little behind the scenes. What's up, Jen?
I think the 360 when I stopped recording.
Ready? No, I respect your car too much, Son. I don't do that.
It's a front wheel drive, so.
Oh, it's front-wheel drive?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. So the Porsche Panamera video, there is a 5-minute section where we're finished with the job and we're driving home. And I just figured, I was like, you know what? Let me just yap for 5 minutes, and if anyone doesn't care about this, they'll just skip forward. But for the people who do care about this, I'm gonna talk about like work-life balance and give you a little bit behind the scenes of the reality of what happens behind the job. They don't talk about anything else in the 40 minutes except that 5-minute section. That 5-minute yap session about work-life balance gets brought up the most in that video. So that video does get brought up, but never the other 35 minutes. Never how nice the Panamera looked or how glossy it was or anything. It was always people relating to me talking about work-life balance before. One of our clients does real estate. She's getting really heavy into content and everything. And when she watched that before coming in for her appointment, she was thinking, yep, I've been there before. I totally get that. There are those weeks where you just gotta like put in a lot of hours and it kind of sucks, but she related to that because that's been a lived experience that she had, and she shared that with us. Or we're actually about to transition into a brand new service soon. So if you're watching this before the Peelclear launch, little teaser for you, but Peelclear is basically like spray-on PPF or spray-on vinyl. And it does everything that Icon Rock Clear ceramic coating, PPF, and vinyl does, but better. We can change your color with spray-on film, and it's removable and peelable later. And we can sand it and make it look like it's showroom fresh. Best of every world. And so, does this car like being in second?
It does, yeah.
High revs? Well, I don't need to floor it, but I'm kind of just like... The Loom videos for Peelclear, we've been getting people to sign up for a waiting list for this new service that we're launching. And I'm not doing some crazy fancy video with high production value. I literally am just loading up my presentation on my laptop, and then I'm screen recording with my webcam on as I explain to people, like, hey, this is this new service we're really excited about. We really can't wait to do it. This is everything you need to know about it. This is our pricing. If you have any questions, let me know. And I've sent out 2 of those already. I'm just explaining everything in the video. Very, very low production quality. I'm just screen sharing. And people have been signing up for the Peelclear waiting list off of these videos alone. So once again, ugly videos do better, because if the choice is do an ugly video and get it out, or obsess over the details to the point where you don't even post it, well, nothing's gonna happen because you don't post anything. So the biggest reason we've been gone for the last 4 weeks as well, and I lightly touched on this, is when we did that C8 Corvette video and I saw it blow up, I hadn't gotten all the feedback from people in person about what videos they enjoyed the most. So I was like, it's like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme where I'm like, hey, that's it, it's right there. I thought that was the magic trick, is that, oh, finally, as we're growing the channel, you can go back to our first videos at the bottom. I was editing those myself with free software. I was using CapCut, and I was using the Osmo Pocket 3. I would stay up late night in my room, hunched over my computer like a freaking gremlin with the lights off and the screen blaring in my face till 3 o'clock in the morning editing these videos. And it was imperfect and it was raw and super amateur-esque. But they got out. My goal was 1 video a week. And then so I started to do is I started adding in a media team. I'm like, oh dude, we gotta scale this. We gotta do more videos a week. We gotta do more production quality. I gotta bring in an editor. I gotta bring a creative director. I gotta do this and that. Now there's too many moving pieces to the mix. So whenever I get a video review back, like sometimes our video drafts are like 3 or 4 revisions, rounds, where they send me a draft and I'm like, nah, I don't really like this. And I'm kind of nitpicky, so I really like being perfectionistic, and I'm aiming for that C8 Corvette video to hit again the same way. You can see this too with our NSX video. That was a project I really liked because the NSX is a Japanese JDM dream car I've always wanted to work on, and we were able to help our client Jackson with his. I put so much heart and effort into that video with our editor Shivam, and it doesn't even have 1,000 views. But like all of that delay just for that. I'm sure the car guys who like that kind of car like enjoyed the video and everything, but it's far from our most impactful. I haven't really heard a lot of people mention that video to me specifically before. But the Who the Heck is Dragon Auto video gets mentioned all the time. Another thing is too is that perfect content, like this high production quality and the, oh, look at how nice the car looks, oh, look at that foam bath and everything. All of that production value is optimizing for the wrong people. You actually have to realize like a lot of the people that might come to you to work with you. Like people come to Dragon Auto because they want to work with me and Sean and Jen and like the people who are actually doing the work. There's some other compelling reason besides just we do good work. Because at the end of the day, I think there's so many shops and locations in the area that just do good work. What is the other unique reason that separates you from everyone else, right? And so part of that is those videos where you get more messaging. So when we add in these nice flashy edits with all the car shots and everything like that, I think at the end of the day, for the average person who's not a car enthusiast, they might think, okay, so what? I mean, cool car, but this doesn't really tell me anything about y'all or what the product does or what the service does. What's the benefit, right? And so me being a car enthusiast myself, I was thinking like, I'm optimizing for other detailers and other business owner, paint protection shop owners and other car enthusiasts, but that's not the main demographic. A lot of people in the main demographic are not just here for car only content. The car should be a part of the setting or a part of the video, sure, but not the main focus of it, surely. I like your shifter though. That's got a pretty good 3.2 feel.
Stock.
This is stock.
Yeah.
Nice. The only thing your car is missing, bro, is the turbo is just so disappointing.
It's a 2. Like,
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. When I drove my Mazda Speed 6 after the new big turbo, like, I was like, bro, we gotta test it out. And I went with no tune. It was more disappointing than this is right now.
Yeah, I think you only feel it like past like 5K.
Yeah.
Like,
And even then, it's barely anything. It's like just the tip. The other thing too about optimizing for perfection in those videos is that building trust these days in the current state of where content and the internet is at in 2026, this has always kind of been true for the last couple of years, but it's just getting worse and worse every year. As more AI slop fills the internet, the more and more perfect things are, the less people start to trust it, because people are realizing like a lot of content now is made by AI, yes, and they're starting to get a good eye for what AI looks and feels like. And so the moment that you start leaning in too heavily to making it too perfect and too scripted, people are starting to think like, how do I know that you didn't just script this whole thing with AI? Because people can tell when you're on rails. They can tell like this is wrong. Like we're just talking. There's barely any script here. I just have a few bullet points that I'm remembering to talk about. But when you're presenting, they're also still thinking like, yeah, did you script this with AI or did you do it yourself? And even if you did it yourself, sometimes if it's too good, they might think it was AI. So the more imperfect and the more raw and the more genuine a video is these days, the easier it is for people to trust your brand, rather than asking like, ChatGPT, what is, give me a viral script for my next YouTube video so that way I can make millions off people, is what most people do. Or like, ChatGPT, give me a viral caption. And then they make the video and get 500 views and wonder why the hell their video's not going viral. And it's because, bro, literally everyone and their mom is asking ChatGPT for viral this and viral that, and so now it's not special, it's the norm. And so to be imperfect is the unique aspect that will draw people to your videos. So I might have to lock in a little bit here, because this is the one thing that sucks about this part of the road, is that it turns into a one-way and it gets really twisty. So I might be focused on that part. But this is the best part of the drive in my opinion by far, because this is when we come around the crest here and the sun's directly in my eyeballs. But you get the nicest view of the South Bay from right here. And at nighttime, you can literally see all the city lights and everything. And the sun is going to be directly in my eyeballs again. Hopefully the Osmo 360 can get a nice shot of how all that looks. But this is coming up to the summit. And this is where a lot of people will park, or they'll just keep driving all the way down to the other side. But we are actually pretty far up in the hills right now. So what I started to watch that made me realize all this was that there's an entrepreneur that I follow. His name's Taki Moore. He's an Australian business coach, basically. And he just started on YouTube. He's got a big following on Instagram, 100,000 followers, but 15,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is nothing crazy by most people's standards. Oh yeah, there's a spot right there. Oh yeah. And his video that caught my attention was that he doesn't do sales calls anymore. And if you've ever been on the internet and you inquired for a service, like anywhere, or inquired with a business, like, I'm pretty sure you know what a sales call is at this point. And people sign up and give him $1.6 million a month with no sales calls. So that piqued my interest. And his whole video, he's got a notepad, some markers, and he's sitting down at a coffee table outside. And he's just talking to you. And it basically is like, I think he's almost 50. So it felt like I was sitting down with Unc, and I'm at the table with him getting coffee. And he's just like dropping serious game on me, and we're having like a one-on-one sit-down chat. No crazy retention editing. Like, he just had 3 different angles that he swaps between. One angle on his notepad, a side angle of his face, and another angle straight up. about manual bars, bro. Oh, you see that? You see that hill start? What do you mean, that was mint. All right, well, we were gonna stop and do a talk at the summit, but the lot is full, so we're just gonna go ahead and slowly drive behind this Mercedes-Benz EQE, or I'll just go so slow that he'll actually get some distance from us. So you're sitting down at the coffee table with Taki, and he's just dropping like his messaging and his value, and I was like, wait a second. Like, I don't even need to do like any crazy editing or anything. Like, I just do a freaking notepad. It's that simple. And so now here we are. I'm doing a drive and talk because I thought, well, instead of doing a sit down and talk, which I will probably do later in the future too for some more educationally focused videos, I'm like, dude, what if we just got in the car and went for a drive while I explain all this? Look at the nice sights. Touch some grass, metaphorically, instead of being cooped up in the shop all the time. With all the complexity that we added to the editing team, we were turning like a 2-day turnaround into like a 2-week turnaround. So I've been trying out a few new things with some projects that we have, but like y'all don't know how bad the editing backlog is. Now my cloud service, I have 17 terabytes of video footage. We've worked on millions of dollars worth of cars and multiple 6-figure projects that have not seen the light of day that we haven't posted because I got so obsessed with like, no, the video has to be done correctly. I was raised a perfectionist. Sometimes old habits die hard.
She grabs.
And at this point, with not posting for 4 months, like none of these projects that we've worked on, I can't share them with people, and people can't decide to come in and have us help them with their project if they don't know about the projects that we've worked on.
Sorry. Oh, sorry for ruining.
Damn, no, that's a couple of nice E30s. E30s and E34s, right?
Yeah, E30s. Oh my god.
They're gonna be very disappointed when they get to the top.
And they're stuck there.
So on the note about being a perfectionist, who am I really making the content for? Am I making the content for something that like serves my own ego about like how good I think it should look? Or am I making content for my clients? Because if it was super pedestrian editing that I did myself on CapCut with a free program, it would have been out by now. But I was so obsessed with the scripting process and making sure that the video was done perfectly because I'm like, oh, expensive car product that I really, really like, that I was really excited about, that I want to share with people. No, it has to look a certain way. This is all my own personal ego at the end of the day if I think it has to look a certain way before it becomes acceptable. And so I'm actually doing a disservice to my clients by not posting these cool projects. Especially too, because some of the car owners were like excited to see it. They're like, well, I watch all your YouTube videos. I can't wait to see my car go up. And then 8 months later, it's still sitting in a cloud service and it's not being touched. Dude, this is a nice shot right here on the right side. When you come down this side, this is a really good sunset, dude. We got lucky. Yo, Loki, do you want to pull over? So with all that being said, what are we actually changing about our content strategy? So we're definitely going to do more of these. Like so far, I feel like I enjoy the product. It's nice to go for a nice little drive because we actually finish work. Even if we still had more work to finish at the shop, I don't think it would kill us to go for a quick like 30, 45-minute drive while we do these, right? If I'm already driving, I might as well cover the video topic at the same time and take you guys along for the ride. We're going to do some sit-down talks for the more educational stuff. We have Brian's nice R&D studio area where we can sit down and break down more stuff with Notepad about why I think that Rockclear is the better service cost-wise for our clients, but actually hurts us in the long run, and I've got the numbers to prove it. But basically, you end up spending like 4 or 5 times more on PPF or ceramic, and that's kind of why we stopped offering it, is it wasn't
cost friendly for the client. So we'll do breakdowns like that. We'll also do more just behind the scenes of what we've got going on at the shop. And then probably when we're doing some more sit downs, that is how I'm going to pull out these older projects that we worked on. I'll probably be addressing the camera straight on while I just put the B-roll on screen of this is me recounting this project that I really, really enjoyed, almost kind of like a Hall of Fame kind of thing where we highlight projects from our archive that have not made it to the light of day and have just been trapped in that cloud storage. And also just kind of like airing out a lot of things in the industry as well, because the one thing that I really didn't like being a DIYer that went into this industry, I'm learning things the same way that a regular consumer or a client would, because they're like first researching about the service and they're like, oh, okay, well, I want to protect my car. What are my options? Okay, I can get ceramic, I can get PPF. And a lot of the marketing will tell you pros, benefits, but they don't tell you the cons or the reality of it. And the only reason I learned these things is because I got marketed the same way. As a shop owner that's growing and expanding, I'm like, all these other shops are offering these services, so I should too. So then we add on things like PPF, but they don't tell you the long-term reality of what it's actually like living with these things and how it fades and how it has all these other issues. They don't tell you that in the marketing. And I would love to air that out so that way people can get an actual full 500-foot overview of all the pros and the cons of all these services. And yes, even including with RockClear. I have no problem talking about all the cons with RockClear, and with all of its cons, I still think that it is our best service that we've ever offered. But going deep into things that a lot of times the industry will intentionally hide from people. So those are the new formats. What is going to be coming up next? Like next in the pipeline. And instead of focusing on more projects that we've done RockClear on, I would like to probably tackle like why we stopped offering PPF as a service, because it's probably the most well-known service and people would wonder like, why don't you offer it anymore even though we used to? Or what's your experience or background doing it is? And what the actual cost for the owner is long-term. But to give you a quick teaser on that, over a 10-year time span, you're probably gonna spend well over $10,000. And what I'm excited about with our new service, Peelclear, is that it is more of a true one and done service, just like RockClear is, that's gonna be able to save you like half the amount of money. And where my mindset is at for the business is that philosophically, I was raised Buddhist. I think that has something to do with this, because spirituality-wise, I focus on helping people first, and if you help people first, the money comes later. If you chase money, people can tell when you're desperate and people can tell when you're greedy. If you focus on helping your clients first, they will actually be more forthcoming with wanting to patronize your business and support your business and give you money. So by helping my clients save money on their protection in the thousands of dollars, we'll be able to earn more trust with people and do more vehicles and grow the business. And Peelclear is essentially able to do that because it is sprayed on. So instead of hand applying film, that takes really, really long amount of time and disassembling the car and like running the razor blades along it, and then it doesn't even hold up long term. All these companies say 10-year warranty, but I have so many examples in the shop where the film looks like crap and it's completely faded in just a handful of years, long before the warranty is actually hit. They don't tell you that. They hide that intentionally, because if they were forthcoming with that, they would lose sales. But long-term costs, we're gonna help people save thousands with the new service. I'm looking forward to it. I think PPF has been ripping people off financially for way too long, and it's not even new technology. PPF came out in the 1960s. They used it on helicopter blades during Vietnam. And they put it on those helicopter blades in Vietnam to protect it from like rocks and stuff. And then in the 70s, some guy was like, hey, what if we try putting this on cars? And the technology has barely progressed since it first came out decades ago. It's gotten a little bit better in terms of like the finish and the clarity and the glue and everything, but PPF can still pull up paint when you remove it. And there are so many examples of people's paint being torn up online with PPF. And a lot of the installers try to be like, oh, no, you should have used better film, or you should have gone to a better installer. But when we were prepping Jen's Honda Fit for the Peelclear install, that film was on her car for only 1.5 years, and we were removing it correctly with a steamer, and it ripped up the entire top section of paint on her fender. that's the reality of the film that people are paying $6,000 to $10,000+ for. It's ridiculous. So that one's coming up next. We're gonna do the full deep dive on that. So at this point, I've gotten fed up and pretty sick and tired. I have a career coach that I meet with once a week too, and we are both laughing about it because when I explain it to somebody else who doesn't know about the situation, I feel silly for like saying it out loud. But like I said earlier, 17 terabytes of content that just, most of it hasn't been posted because we were so obsessed with like vanity metrics and high like counts and things like that. That's what you get tricked into with social. And you actually realize that some of the best people come from some of your ugliest content. So we are, woo! Sean, bro, your car is slim. That was like a regular bump in the road, man. We're in the paved road now. But I'm done hiding behind the over-professionalism of the content. We're just gonna post stuff out there because, I mean, I started doing this stuff like almost 10 years ago, and I have all this experience in the industry, and we have all these things that we want to share with our clients and talk about to help educate them and show them the reality of these situations. And it's basically been hiding behind perfectionism. So our ugly videos do the best. Perfect is actually bad in 2026 because of all this AI nonsense. And the more genuine you are with your clients in your videos, the more they will be able to trust you. Our best videos are our ugliest ones, and we're going to prove it. So if you watch this video all the way through, thank you for spending time with us. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you, Sean, for donating your arm as our gimbal and for letting us drive your way too low Mitsubishi Eclipse. Hopefully your lip is still in one piece after this drive. But if you're in the Bay Area and you would like to come to us for one of our services, hit the link in the description so that way you can see some of our packages, our pricing, and ask us any questions if you would like to work with us and get help with either Rock Clear or our new service coming up soon, Peelclear. Once again, my name is Noah, founder and co-owner of Dragon Auto, and I was here with
Sean.
and we will catch you in the next one. Until then, take care.